Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It is indeed 9 minutes with Mike Lindsley on IGTV, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Let's get into a big topic. Before we do that, I want to say that we are brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College, Axe Exotic Pets, your State Farm agent, Matt Graham, and a brand new proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter, the Brewerton Diner. If you're in and around Central New York, you got to get to the Brewerton Diner just off I-81 in Brewerton, right on Route 11. Mike Prano and the gang, they do an amazing job. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff there. Podcasts at the diner. We're going to do Facebook Lives at the diner. We're going to do some giveaways from the diner. We're going to hopefully put together 2 ML Sports Platter dishes for you to go and eat and try. It's going to be a really awesome partnership, and I appreciate the Brewerton Diner for jumping on the ML Sports Platter. Please do go like them on Facebook. And hey, go have some breakfast and lunch at the Brewerton Diner. I think the NFL is totally in over its head trying to switch all these different things with the league. I mean, let's be quite honest right now. The one that really pissed me off in one of the last videos I did was the lead with the helmet rule. How exactly do you tackle? I haven't really seen any NFL defender lead with the cleats. I haven't seen an NFL defender lead with the pants. I haven't seen an NFL defender ever lead with the glove. And we can go all the way back to Ray Nitschke and Dick Butkus. We can go back before that. We can go back to the Acme Packers to figure out that you lead, your head goes first no matter what. I mean, you're leading with the helmet no matter what. When you make clean tackles around the waist, you're leading with the helmet. When you go at somebody's lower body, when you try to go tackle somebody around the ankles, let's say you're chasing them from behind and you go dive at the back of their ankles, well, you're leading with the helmet there too to make the play. So that is one that I just think is going to disrupt a lot of things in the NFL. I mean, we were already getting a ton of replay. We were already getting referees not knowing what a penalty is, and now it's just going to be magnified. I think referees are going to have an even harder time. I think players are going to have a harder time too, trying to defend. Because these rules just take them out of the fundamentals of tackling. It's going to be a big problem for them, I think, and we're going to see. I think it early. I think we're going to see some early complaints. We're going to see the Peter Kings of the world writing about it. That people are having a tough time adjusting and all the rest. I'm very intrigued to see how this goes because if people can't adjust by week 3, week 4, it's going to be a totally different league by week 5, 6, and then the rest of the year. So that already pissed me off. Another one that's pissing me off is Jerry Jones just will not shut his friggin' mouth. I mean, this guy wants 18 games. I mean, can you be more hypocritical as an owner? Can you be more hypocritical if you are other owners and people in the high-ranking offices of the National Football League? Can you be any more hypocritical for a league that right now is trying to, limit the injuries, limit CTA and concussions? We have had so many cases of chronic traumatic encephalopathy that we can't even count them all at this point. From Mike Webster to Dave Durson to Junior Seau to all the other guys coming out now and saying they got problems. Jim McMahon has had a lot of problems. My friend Chris Gedney took his life. I mean, this is a very serious situation, and such a serious situation that the NFL, again, as I just mentioned, wants to change how players tackle in terms of leading with the helmet. So they want to change that, but they want to add 2 games and allow yourself to have a numbers game enhanced. Again, 110, 3-1. Everybody knows everything's a numbers game. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. The more you play with, the more chances you have. I think these owners are absolutely out of their mind. Even if you were to limit the preseason games by 2, I think 18 is an absolute shit show. I don't think that they should be doing that. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think we need to keep it right where it is. I'm not trying to be the old guy with the, get off my lawn situation. I'm not trying to be the anti-change guy. I'm not trying to be any of that. I'm trying to be the reality guy. The product right now is already struggling. The ratings were a little bit down last year because of the president and the owners versus the president and vice versa, and the CTE stuff and replay. These are all things that have made the NFL go a little bit down in terms of the ratings. Now, look, they might go a little bit down, but then people are still watching them, the games via a different way. Maybe they're watching them on Twitter. Maybe they're watching them on a laptop. Maybe they're watching them, somewhere else, and a lot of those ratings aren't accumulated for. But you get the point. I mean, some of these games for the NFL are still extremely highly. I mean, they're just so highly ranked. I don't think that the NFL had as many, straight to the moon, over the moon ratings games last year as they have in the recent years. They've taken a little bit of a ding. If the NFL were to go to 18 games, yes, I understand. It's going to enhance the money with Fox Sports. It's going to enhance the money with ESPN. It's going to enhance the money with CBS and Fox. I get that. It's going to Fox, CBS, ESPN, rather, and NBC. It's going to enhance the money for all of those major networks. But the issue is that you're not going to have a lot of really good games in the beginning for sure. And you also, with 2 preseason games now, if that's an idea, you're cutting that 3rd preseason game, which seems to be the most important one, where I think guys get evaluated and pretty much 65-70% of the decisions for week 1 are made. I heard a very interesting point by James Harrison on Colin Cowherd's podcast earlier today. He thinks that the 18 game schedule is asinine as well, but he brought up a very good point that if you do it, what you need to do is implement a practice squad, and you might need a practice squad right now. Therefore, it allows first and second teamers on these respective teams to get way more breaks. And if you have practice squad guys, that will eliminate a lot of problems in practice. It's going to eliminate a lot of the stuff in the preseason games. And if you have a practice squad, that is a squad that can go out and do drills, do their thing, and you're not getting star players hurt. Again, I realize we can wake up in the morning and break our ankle in the bathtub. I realize we can go and grab a plate from a cupboard and pull our neck, or drop something on our foot and have it bleed. I understand. Every single time we do anything, we're at risk for injury, and that is no different for a National Football League player. But what I'm getting at, and I'm making the analogy over to Syracuse football, the first year Dino Babers was there, and he said, look, we're not going to put Eric Dungy in any more run situations than he needs to be. That is pretty much verbatim. That is pretty much word for word from what Dino Babers said at one of his early press conferences with the Syracuse Orange football team. Well, Dino, you failed because they kept calling run plays for Eric Dungy the first year. What happens? Another head injury. Now, look, Eric Dungy's a competitor. When the pocket breaks down, do you want him to run? Do you want him to try to get to the chains? Do you want him to try and win football games? Of course. He's a competitor. He's going to do that, and you want him to do that. What I'm saying is you need to eliminate the extra layers, the extra numbers game of him getting another concussion. And to me, the NFL is in the same boat with this situation with the 18-game schedule. I'm Mike Lindsley. Thanks for watching 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley on IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. You can hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. Visit pinstripepassion.com for my baseball and Yankees commentary. Also, hit me on Snapchat and Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979, and download my podcast where your podcasts are found on your smartphone device via Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play Music. On there, you will find my awesome interview with the greatest horse trainer of all time, Bob Baffert, from this past weekend in Saratoga. The ML Sports Platter is brought to you by the Al and Angus Pub, home of the best darn Angus burger in town, before and after all the big events in Central New York. We're also brought to you by Lakeshore Yacht and Country Club, Welch and Company Jewelers, Bryant and Stratton College, and Brian Comboy of Mass Mutual, New York State. Go with Brian Comboy today. Tax efficient retirement planning. Brian is the man. I link him to a lot of my stuff. You got to go with Brian. He opens your eyes to a lot of new stuff. Brian Comboy of Mass Mutual, New York State. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.